All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my
Shoot
memory.
yourself?
I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first.
Aw.
I captured it 4 years ago,
Does that in
just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong.
Oh, actually,
At the
I
Battle
meant
of
to
the
look at
Frozen
that. I
Ghosts,
didn't
he
even
took
look at your
3
video you
Karja
sent.
arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout.
Alright.
Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud.
Get him?
So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here.
How many?
That's enough for now.
Perfect.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again.
Did you look down in comments at all? See if
Come
they were
closer,
patched?
Aloy. We have much to discuss.
What is this? Just a car duplication?
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the
Mhm.
Firebreak main
That's what I
facility.
thought.
Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief
Yeah, no problem.
over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is
Pretty
something
much,
new.
till they changed something.
Cyan,
Just too annoyed with it to play.
I don't know what to say.
Agreed.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a
Are
functioning
you
focus.
set? You're all set up?
We
you just
can
have to start it up?
communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
Colin. Okay.
So are you an
Okay.
artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity,
Call it in.
capable
Oh, you don't
of
have anything
rational
in your
decision-making
garage?
and limited emotional response.
Your Fagios.
Okay, that's a
Your
mouthful.
yeah.
But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't
It doesn't need to
Yes.
be in there. You're going to use your
Before she came to
motorcycle
this
club to
facility,
call it to you
I had been
outside.
conscious for
Drive
centuries,
it like
in solitude.
get on it, get off
I
it.
focused
put it
on
away
my
again.
work. In off cycles, I used coping mechanisms.
They can be anywhere.
I solved many
Okay,
Gaussian
you
integer
don't have to break
problems,
off the driver door.
but I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
Okay. Well, whatever.
This Firebreak project.
You're getting out the
It
other
was to
door. It
stop
doesn't
a
really
huge
matter.
volcanic eruption?
Yes, I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time,
Oh,
Cyan.
okay.
And we blew
Okay.
up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I
I was
have been
getting a car
active
every
for
3.5
centuries,
minutes
Aloy,
when I was
I
doing
was
it,
lonely,
so
but not
I don't think
lax
it's
in
wrong.
my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleague, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened.
And that's why I don't
19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal.
We're talking about new,
it did something to her subordinate functions.
New enemy.
Brought them to life.
Not reskins, actually.
She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive
whatever,
or
doesn't-
aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish
Register.
she
I gotta
had
go
survived.
outside and
Believe me,
follow
Cyan.
the video.
So do I.
It's my last car.
I found the strangest
up in the
machines. They're
facility
surrounded by
or no?
flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's
Oh, okay.
code embedded inside them.
Yep. Okay.
I think it's
I'll
poetry.
go outside
I
and
like
call one in
poetry.
again.
Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone
You're not sending
facilities.
an invite.
From my readings and Araya's descriptions,
okay.
it seems the area has since
I
undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot
That
has
might
changed
work.
in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Okay,
Yes,
I'm ready for whenever
it was
you
converted to
started
serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate
I'm
for
not sitting on that
military-grade
screen yet.
response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones.
Oh, really?
Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his
Oh, I
position.
was in that screen for a second, but then I backed out. I guess it was just perfect timing. I'm not in it. Are you just sitting there? Oh, I I don't know. Okay. It says you're in my lobby. And you want to join game? I can join your game, but I can't send you an invite. Damn. Okay. See. Yeah, I sent you an MC invite. What's the last thing you drove last night? One of your other cars? Not a Faggio. That's too bad because I could just start uptighting up a job. If you're in it, then it would kick you out. Yep, that's Max's friend. Why? Oh, is he? Okay. Alright. I might have to send you another invite once you land. Yep. Is your last location set to facility? Do that. Invite sent.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world?
Again?
They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants
Weird.
to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement
Awesome when it
bodies
does that,
to
right?
apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary
This game
to
is too big
exceed
for that
those
console.
limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Faro?
Are you referring to Theodore Faro, CEO of Faro Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Faro was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
Yep.
Benefactor. But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Faro spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. but I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So... there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while, at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades.
Yep.
It seems my assessment was premature.
Yep.
I should
Yep.
get going.
Aloy.
Yep.
There is one more matter. Aratak
That's why
will
you
come
park
to
right
me
next to
again,
the pillar.
and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I
And then
have
the
no
door, the
desire
car
to
blocks
contradict
off,
their
or
view
the
of the
Agio
world,
or whatever else you
their
have in there.
spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Ourea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly,
What do you
yes.
do with what?
Life is hard for the Banuk.
X and
The
triangle
world
at the
is
same time.
unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them.
Yes.
Bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion
And
with
if it works, you'll
machines
spawn
features
it.
heavily in the
It's not hard.
mysticism
You
of the
press them at the
Banuk.
same time.
I think they
You'll
will
hear.
be
You should
agreeable
hear the
to
car
this
start
approach.
As
while you're
long as they
going
don't
up.
end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration,
It works.
I
pretty
believe
good.
such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
And then you get outside. You
You're
call
right
in your
about that.
MLC, store it
Trust me.
inside.
I see. I will
And then,
follow your advice. Will you
drive,
return and
call
tell
in
me
a-
about
like,
your
return your
experiences in this
MOC
new
to
world?
storage. Call
I
in a
may be able to
Fagio.
provide
Run it
further
back to your
insight.
I'd
MOC.
like that, Cyan.
Store
I'll
the
come back when I
store the
can.
Fagio. Go
I
back
should
inside and we do it
Check
again.
on Aratak. See how he's doing.
If it worked. How to where? Oh, are you in your facility? Out of your bedroom, turn right. Go through the metal detector, go through the doors, then you're in your main hangar. Go up in the elevator.
Chill almost feels like sunburn.
I've wandered around in here quite a bit.
My chieftain,
Still playing
Just-
Horizon, Jada.
Aloy,
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Ourea
You
might
did too.
still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Ourea would be alone,
Is there?
And the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Either way, I would not have been able to protect
And you
her.
know if the glitch works after you get kicked out of the join or not. If the
You didn't let her
crew
down.
emblems on the floor
You helped her
disappear.
do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
Did he say that?
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warrak can't follow.
Yeah, for sure.
Besides, it already had a chief
Okay, you
before
want me
me.
to start up Titan of a job?
A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared.
Okay.
The daemon is gone, but there's much to be
How many
done.
Faggios do you have
You mean
spread
the
out?
new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes,
You can call them in
fire
while we're
claws.
doing it, too.
Now
Not a
Tuke
big
has been
deal.
tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt.
Bloody
You're practically
14.
Banuk.
Good. They can be anywhere else.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan,
Anytime
Hephaestus,
it will work.
all very...
You just need two. The
Interesting.
Faggio will work.
So,
then
the
once you
signal
dupe
that
it,
woke
it'll be
Hades woke Hephaestus
Retro,
too,
and that'll work.
and unleash them on the world. His mind's on their own.
So it seems. Parts
That's
of Gaia
fast.
given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway.
Job
Whatever they are, they're
Great
still
job.
out there. And they both want you dead.
are created.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
Mission.
We haven't seen the last of
no job.
Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that
Picard,
someday
you.
we may have to stop it.
Okay.
Or whoever gets
The
there first.
one.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence.
Sorry.
Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters
Nope.
the Banuk sent after
That's
you?
fine.
Before you opened
You can
fire?
use the
Oh
Fagios
no,
to
Aloy.
do
Only
it.
to use
Doesn't matter.
to extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are
Yeah.
my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good
Did
thing
you
you've got
drive
brains,
that
Silence, because your
random car
personality
last?
could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began.
Outside, call in a Fagio.
Catch up with you down the trail.
Okay, I started up. Restore it again. Just return to storage. Use you're signed in as a motorcycle club, whatever. Yeah, return to storage. That's the first one when you click on it. That's the way I did it. Works great. How was he doing it? Oh, well you probably can. As soon as you go in your facility, it'll probably leave. Doesn't matter. Maybe it is a little bit different. I have to leave it out. Okay, I've started up a Titan of a job. Then as soon as you're on that alert, just leave it out there and walk back in then. If it works. One less step. gotta run all the way to your heist room. Yeah, the bunker's not even close to this big in there.
Fireclaw. Facility? Okay, is the symbol gone on the floor? Perfect. Awesome. Let's get this done. Well, if it's gone in the hallway, it's gone then. Hop in your car and drive it. If you can move it, you don't get stuck outside. Right next to that pillar. Just like in the cauldron.
Drive it. Yeah. Can you drive it? Perfect. Right up against it. Put your mirror on it. That's perfect. As long as you climb out the other side, right? Good.
Fight's on.
Clear that. Got it in there? Done with that, so you can actually start off type job, and I can do this side, and then we can swap out and get back to it. Because you have to call in your tag get all the way back downstairs while you're heading out. Time it. Sure, call in tag driving this and then start up typing the job. No. On my alert. Start up typing the job. Or you didn't have to just go in and out, or glitched out. I'm on the alert.
Pass the test.
Yep. It just automatically kicks me out of this, right? Did it take a minute for you? What alert were you on? What did it say? Are you sure you want to join a different GTA online session? No. Oh, okay. And then I hit OK on the unable to join? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Perfect. Nope, it's gone. I'm good. So you just head back downstairs to your room and I'll be done in a minute. No, it'll stay there. It stays there. Your retro stays there. Yeah, man. Don't worry about it. Your retro stays there. Your block car stays there. Your Fagio, which was spawned outside, that changed to your retro. We're doing this all night. You better call in some more Fagios. Fill a garage up while you have a minute. Did you make it back inside yet? Okay, I'm just moving my second car. Going outside. Outside with my car. Yeah, I'm good. Bring me my command center. As you fill up other garages, you have to hold down X and it'll sound like a whole bunch of clicking. It's actually looking for a spot to put the car out of the back of your MOC when you grab the new one in. Okay?
Saving these for the trail.
And you... Oh, do you have the Avenger? Good. So you won't have to call in your MOC every time. It'll just be there. You can actually drive it up next to your facility and it won't be... It'll be there. Yeah, yours will be faster than mine. Don't do it until you need to change something, because it messes up this glitch. Do it when this glitch is patched. Maybe. Let's get going. Okay, I'm good. I can start up Titan of a Joe. Already started. Backed out. About 4 minutes. And with the high speed, moving the cars. Your cars actually might still be there too. They already set up. Now it's reset. if you didn't have an Avenger, your cars would stay where they were parked, and your MOC would stay outside, like, stairs. Take the ramp. Easier.
Okay, they're heading back. Oh, I found this.
Flammable. Did you see that? It's about 14 games. This is awesome. Is it still there? Awesome. Yeah, bring it closer this time. Once you store it, step up, just start up tight, have a job so I can join it and then drag it over when I'm doing. Of what? Oh, nice. Good for you. You've seen it before, right? Okay. Yeah, I bet, right? Yeah, I bet. On the alert. Good to go. Oh, that's so good. Too bad you need 2 people for it now, but it still works.
Easier when I was a kid.
Worker's gonna be mad. Oh shit. Push him. Yeah. No. It didn't seem right. Exactly. Yeah, like, they can't take that out. That's okay. Doesn't matter if you have space. Because you still drove it outside. It's the last car you drove. Yep, doesn't matter. I did it once by accident the other night too. It didn't matter, so it shouldn't matter for this one. Doesn't matter. Fine. Get to your heist room, I'm almost done.
Probably needed the wash.
Already got type of the job. Okay, started. Fly back out. Done. Nice. Moving the cars takes the most time. Nice, there you go. Yeah, I'll go straight to my my room. Yeah, mine, if I look the right way, it'll literally spawn on the road right behind me. I don't have to drive anywhere. Figured that out the other night too. Oh yeah, quicker. I'm still headed to my room right now. Nice. That's fine, right? Any car. Okay, I'm in my heist room. I'm on the heist mission. Already got. Use that was like perfect timing. Yeah, do it right away, and then you can do the stuff while you're waiting for me. That's what I did. I just called in my Geo after, once you started again. First alert. So do I press X now? Okay. Okay. I think I did last time and it worked. So. Able to join. Go. We got this now.
I'll do what I have to. Keep quiet now.
I have too many. I don't know where they are. You should know where yours are still. Next time, should be. Went outside. Yeah, you did.
Just go about your business.
Order me. Yeah, that's what makes me slower. I have to order and wait for it. Alert to go away.
Red light means trouble.
Wait. There. Waiting on things. Gold, I'm back on Earth. Oh no. Oh well. Bagio's in my facility. talking about? Oh, yeah. Or the axe, oh, good. I didn't see a picture. You should figure it out then. I'm back in the heist room whenever you're done. Nice. There you go. Awesome. Hey, no problem. This is actually pretty quick, hey? Oh, really? It's too hard, or what? Oh, really? Oh, okay. So they're supposed to fix it, or what? Oh, wow. I mean, that first one we did is totally worth doing. Well, no, on hard, I mean, you get a lot of money for that. Normal was last night. We did it on normal by accident. We got almost 100 grand each, and then he got, was like $500,000. That was like no work, right? Crazy. Forgot to click OK on mine. There now. On the alert screen. Good to go. How many do you have? What, 10 an hour then? Good? Yep, go ahead. You got a minute, I just got to my first car. Yeah, go ahead.
How's the glitching going?
Awesome. That's 5 cars each so far, I think.
Ooh,
Almost 5 million.
nice.
Ooh, that didn't work. What are you doing? You still playing?
Yep.
Didn't hear you say anything for a while.
I was listening to story.
Ah, I see. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to wait for the cooldown from your mechanic to call him in. But it shouldn't be a problem with our timing anyway. No, because it takes the license plate of the vehicle you call in. Still fucked on that. Yeah, I thought about that the other night. It takes the license plate. Alright, I'm ready to start the job. Are you there? What's up, Max? That'll work too. Yeah.
This is where it is.
See that shit? Busy tonight. Yep. It doesn't matter, it's alright. Titan of a job is started. Whenever you're ready. Yep. Yeah, we're busy.
I am. Trying to find an owl.
Yep. Okay, backing out. Oh no, you gotta join me, you gotta join me. No. No, I'm good, I'm good. He's messing with our timing, Max. Backed out. On Earth. It's right on the floor in your heist room, eh? Good.
I can get out of this.
Yeah, I just spent like 4,800 on the down everything you're not using. We're making money. Glad you got that video. Data. Combined with all. Yep, ghost account. He never told us his real one. You'll be doing this for sure on there. You'll be doing this shit for sure. Pick it up then. I know. First alert. I'm good. Isn't it like exactly the same too? Oh yeah.